Today we are presenting our solution for reducing air pollution in built environments in Asia from Arup's perspective. We have found technology gaps in filter, fan, and PVC pipe technology in relation to a system incorporating algae that will be needed to be closed in order to reach the goal of, by 2030, substantially reduce the number of deaths and illnesses from outdoor particulate air pollution in Asian cities. 3.7 million deaths globally were caused by ambient air pollution in 2012, 88% of which were from low and middle income countries. Diseases caused by PM 2.5 include heart disease, stroke, and respiratory diseases. The World Health Organization states health-promoting policies that reduce both short-lived climate pollutants and CO2 are attractive and available in multiple sectors. Arup's superordinate goal is to shape a better world. The subordinate goals are health and safety, quality, and sustainability. So 25% of all of Arup's projects in Asia today are contributing to cleaner air either directly or indirectly. We have considered a wide range of products for this project, and here are 3 examples. The air purifying bus shelter is a cooperation between Arup and Sino Green. This device sucks up air near ground level and removes not only PM10 but also finer PM 2.5 particles and pumps out fresh air. It promises a 30 to 70% reduction in air pollution, and 1 unit costs $77,400. The air purifying billboard was developed by scientists at the University of Engineering and Technology in Peru, and it can do the job of 1,200 trees, purifying 100,000 cubic meters of air daily in crowded cities. This has no effect on particulate matter. We also considered artificial photosynthesis. Scientists at the California Institute of Technology have developed a lab-scale device that converts 10% of sunlight into fuel and 1 to 2% of sunlight to sugar and other carbohydrates, and this also has no effect on particulate matter. So since our main focus this week is to reduce deaths and illnesses from outdoor particulate air pollution in Asian cities, we know that algae converts CO2 to oxygen through photosynthesis, and this is great with regards to the environment, but it's not our main concern with regards to deaths and illnesses. So why do we want to use the algae? The algae can convert sulfur and nitrogen oxides into nutrients it uses under photosynthesis, as well as converting carbon monoxide to oxygen. And these gases increase the risk for respiratory infections and heart disease, especially when combined with particulate matter. And when it comes to particulate matter, our main focus for this week, algae can absorb and use this pollution as well. A study by the National Renewable Energy Laboratory in the US found a reduction in PM10 pollution of 38 to 77% and a decrease in smaller PMs of 57 to 78% when pumping flue gas from a factory into a culture fluid of algae and water. In addition to these benefits, our algae system gives us the byproduct of biomass that can be sold to industries like cosmetics, human and animal food, and biofuel, meaning we can reduce, if not even out, the cost of setting up and running the system in the long term. So now we will talk about the application scenario.
Now we will talk about one application scenario that involves algae, a bioreactor for algae cultivation. Its building application is our primary application scenario in Asia, because our research showed that it had the largest impact. Secondary applications could include installing the bioreactor on hotels or infrastructure projects like bridges, galleries, and public transport systems. Our idea is to provide an improved version of bioreactors for algae cultivation combined with air filter for indoor air cleaning. It is a holistic system that cleans polluted air and makes use of the algae to be used as a biomass. The plastic pipes need to be exposed to the sunlight, and thus they are located outside the building and are connected to filters located inside the building. In the top left corner, polluted air is sucked in from the interior of an office. The oxygen filter absorbs oxygen, so only the pollutants enter the tube system. The green material shows the algae liquid, which is now meeting the polluted air. Given algae and UV rays, CO2 and other pollutants like PM2.5 and PM10 are absorbed by the water while it moves through the pipes. In the bottom left corner, we installed another filter that further absorbs additional PM2.5 and PM10. The algae liquid needs to be changed every 5 days. This happens through the vents on the top and bottom right. The old algae liquid goes through a filter that absorbs nutrients, because this makes the remaining liquid more efficient for subsequent use. The old algae liquid is stored in a tank before it can be further processed as biomass. A real-world example of a similar application is in Geneva, called Culture Urbane. It is currently installed above a highway where it directly sucks in the polluted air and subsequently emits clean air. It is important to know that this system does not include the filters and additional algae water we described on the previous slide. The air quality index ranges from 0 to 500, with lower values meaning cleaner air. The air quality index in Geneva was 42, the one in Beijing 102, and in Delhi 420, all measured on the 19th of November 2015. The combination of filter and biomass technologies are part of a scenario that more clearly shows our plan to tackle air pollution in Asia. Arup's focus in Asia lies in engineering consulting for large buildings and infrastructure projects, hence we chose the building complex as our example scenario. You can see the transparent PVC pipes filled with algae water covering one front of the building. This system would cost £100,000 upfront and £15,000 a year to run. We will mention the specific costs in the commercial aspects section.
Let me tell you a bit more about the underlying technology elements to tackle the problem of air pollution in Asia. The two key technologies we identified include filter technologies and PVC piping technology. So first, let's consider the technology map around filter technology, consisting of 2000 quid patents. These include patents around air particulate and air particle filters. Central clusters include negative ion creation and small-size portable filters that combine a range of technologies. Exhaust gas filters and catalysts, wastewater purifiers and dust removers are more secondary. HEPA filters, which stands for High Efficiency Particulate Arrestance Filters, make up the second largest cluster, which is closely connected to negative ion created technology. PM2.5 and PM10 are only rarely mentioned explicitly. So now let's understand the HEPA filters in more detail. We now selected the patents that are associated with the HEPA keyword, mainly in the yellow and purple clusters. HEPA classifies an industry standard range of air filters. The negative ion filter removes oxygen by ionizing air molecules such that they stick to the membrane. Carbon filters generally describe filters that remove air particulate matters of sizes from 0.5 to 50 microns. HEPA filters type capture particles larger or smaller than 0.3 microns, but not the ones that are exactly 0.3 microns. Often, HEPA and carbon filters are combined in industry, hence the technologies are located very close in the network. The issues related to particulate air filter development around HEPA filters are lower energy consumption, a lower filter life, greater dust load capacity, and easier maintenance. Current industry standard HEPA filters consume 50 to 200 watts, which is actually relatively few compared to a light bulb of around 60 watts or an average computer with more than 360 watts. Energy consumption is not central to our application though, because we plan on utilizing external fans that will use most of the energy. The lifespan of a HEPA filter is around 2 years today, but could go up to 5 years given expert opinion and the fact that the indoor pollution decreases over time in our application scenario. Dust load capacity is crucial for our application. The quid patent search, however, only shows one patent with this keyword, while there is a lot of research on the topic. Hence, we can expect it to be a more theoretical concept for now. Maintenance is becoming easier, as over 3.5% of the patents in the quid search reveal this as a keyword. Industry predictions vary a lot, given multiple factors that impact these performance characteristics. Plotted over time, we can observe a strong trend towards HEPA and carbon filters, depicted by the yellow and purple clusters. Interestingly, innovation is mainly driven by Chinese universities and environmental technology companies from late 2013 onwards. Similarly, innovation around negative ion generators increased, with a trend towards more multifunctional air filters. Often, HEPA filters are simply combined with fans, which I explain more about in the appendix. Finally, there's actually a lot of technology behind PVC pipes used for this bioreactor. Technology performance characteristics include light permeability and maximum UV resistance, such that enough light is transmitted to enable and accelerate photosynthesis of the microalgae. Georg Fischer patented these special pipes. Looking at the broader PVC piping technology space, we can observe that the network's shape is spread across a range of technology elements, which include coupling mechanisms, pipe connections, the pipe wall structure, soft pipes, and pipes associated with pumps and filters of liquid. Although we're not filtering liquids, liquid-carrying polymer pipes build the technological foundation for the system. This green cluster is dominated by China in terms of filing location, investors, and assignees. Furthermore, infrastructure technology around valves and analytics devices are included in the appendix. Let's now move on to look at the technology performance gaps.
Moving on to performance gaps, we found that the main problem that hinders the efficiency of our system is the filters. As mentioned earlier, one of the main performance gaps is the oxygen filter. The purpose of an oxygen filter in the beginning of the system is to make sure that only carbon dioxide and contaminants enters. Having a higher flow rate will allow the system to process a larger volume of air faster. The other performance gap is the HEPA filter. Today, the filter only filters out particles more than or less than 0.3 microns, but not equal to 0.3 microns. By increasing the intake of air through the filter and filtering out particles of different size, will enable our system to be more efficient. Now we'll talk about the commercial aspects of our system, the costs, and how efficient the system is. In a report by Van Exia, the minimum rate of air flowing through a building is 8 liters per second, considering that the pump needed to pump air into the system and then into the building needs to be more than 8 liters per second for it to be efficient. Since our air cleaning system has a capacity of 30,000 liters, and the ratio of dry algae to water is 1:10, there will be approximately 2,727 liters of algae in the system. According to a study by NASA, 6 liters of algae water will produce 600 grams of biomass, 600 liters of oxygen, and consume 720 liters of carbon dioxide. From that, we can calculate the amount of oxygen produced by the algae per day, which is 272,700 liters of oxygen. However, since the airflow of the main oxygen filter pump is too slow at a rate of 7 liters per second, there is a potential technology gap that needs to be rectified in the future for this system to work effectively. The purpose of the system is to convert waste into usable products like oxygen, so it is important for it to reduce waste throughout the process. Algae has many useful byproducts for both commercial and biofuel, can be converted to a wide range of products from cosmetic to fuel. According to a study, 1 liter of algae water used 2.23 grams of biomass. So in our 30,000 liter of system, 66.9 kg of biomass can be obtained every 5 days, which is the time taken for algae to mature and become less efficient. This means that algae biomass can be sold from $2,100 to $522,000 per year, depending on products. We estimated that for this system, it uses 30 oxygen and another 30 PM2.5 filters, which we calculated based on the base size and capacity of the current Geneva model. Furthermore, the tubes require 30,000 liters of algae water. This would add up to a total upfront cost of £6,000, plus the pipes, pumps, and the algae. Both the price of pipes and algae vary greatly but could add up to £100,000. The running costs, however, are low as pumps require only 2.5 kilowatt-hour each. At a price per kilowatt-hour of 8 cents in Asia, this makes a maximum of £40 per day. Only during the day, the pump needs to run. The oxygen filter needs to be changed every 5 months at very little cost. This means that around £15,000 of running costs per year. Since we calculated earlier that the revenue from selling algae biomass range from $2,100 to $522,000, it means that installing the system will not only help owners purify the air entering the building, but also help offset the cost or potentially act as a secondary source of income. So in conclusion, this air purifying system combines the best of both nature and technology. It reduces the impact already in the environment and also reduces the impact it has on the environment.